you do, and it hurts as I bleed for you, cry for you. Let me bleed.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Kylie and welcome to my little YouTube family. So today's video is going to be a first impressions makeup tutorial on this look here. I did something a little bit more vibrant and colourful today, trying out some new products, the JACLYN Hill MORPHE collaboration, the second palette, a new foundation, a new concealer, new highlighter, just a bunch of new products I've purchased recently and really wanted to try out. So I hope you guys like this video. If you do, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel down below if you're not already. I would love for you to join my little YouTube fam. Let's just jump straight into the video. If you'd like to see how to achieve this vibrant, colourful, pinky, orange, purple eye look, not sure what I'm going to call it yet, but this look here, then please keep watching. For primer, I'm using this one here from Fenty Beauty. This is the Soft Silk Pro Filter Hydrating Primer. I do really like the hydrating one more than the original just because I do have dry skin, so this one just adds that really good hydration and moisture that my skin needs before I apply my foundation. So I just like to massage that in to the skin with my hands, and that makes sure that the product gets right into the skin. For foundation today, I'm trying out this new one here from Revlon. This is the PHOTOREADY Candid Glow Moisture Glow Anti-Pollution Foundation. I'm using the shade number 430, which is honey beige. So this should hopefully match my fake tan quite nicely. So this is meant to be more of a moisturizing, glowing looking foundation. So perfect for those of you with dry skin like myself. And this is my first time trying it. So hopefully it's gonna look really nice. We'll see how it goes. Just putting a couple of pumps on the back of my hand. And I'm going to use a damp beauty blender to blend that into the skin. And using the damp beauty blender is also going to give it that extra bit of glow, which is what I'm going for with my skin today. Just nice, healthy, dewy looking skin. So that's one layer I've applied to my skin. You can see it's quite a lighter, more natural coverage foundation. You can still see a couple of blemishes I have here. So I'm just going to add a little bit more product to those areas. I just want a bit more coverage. Okay, so I've just built that up to a little bit more of a medium coverage, but it does give that really beautiful glowing dewiness. You can see that glow, especially above my cheek area, which looks really nice. For concealer today, I'm going to be trying out the new one from HOURGLASS. I haven't used this before either. This is the VANISH Seamless Concealer. I have the shade Oat. So I'm going to apply some of that under my eye area first. This is a really good coverage concealer. That's like one swipe and you can see how full coverage that is. I'm also going to apply some to the center of the forehead, down the bridge of the nose, just around the sides of the nose, and also some on the chin. Just going in with my same beauty sponge, I'm just going to blend that out. This is just going to cover any redness, any dark circles that you have on your skin. So if you're wanting to use more of a lighter coverage foundation like this one here, then you can go in with a little bit more coverage concealer, and that's just going to cover over any extra redness that you have on your skin or any blemishes. I do prefer using a beauty blender to blend out my concealer just because I find it just really melts it into the skin, especially under the eyes, so you don't get any creasing and it doesn't just sit on top of your skin. It just really blends into your foundation really nicely. And also if it's a more of a fuller coverage concealer, I find the beauty blender just blends it in a little bit better so it doesn't look too heavy on your skin. Okay, so you can see that's just evened out my skin and just covered over any redness and these couple of blemishes that I had before. So really liking the look of that concealer so far. To set my face with powder, I'm going to first use the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Complexion Powder in the shade Sand. I absolutely love this powder from Too Faced. It's a really nice lightweight powder just to set my foundation and concealer. I don't like to add too much coverage with powder because it can dry out my skin. So So I'm just going to dust some of this over the top of the concealer and foundation just to set everything in place. Just using a big powder brush from Morphe. I start off by just pressing it lightly and then I start to just give it a little dust over because I don't want to move around any of the concealer or foundation that I've already put down. Now I'm going to do things a little bit differently than I usually would. I'm also going to add some translucent powder and I'm going to bake under my eyes because I'm going to do my eyes first before I do the rest of my face, just because we're going for quite a bold, bright, colourful look today. So I don't want to do my face first and then go over with translucent powder and kind of block out any highlight and blush and bronzer that I've already done. So we're going to do the eyes first. So I'm going to go in with some Laura Mercier translucent powder. And this is also going to help pick up any fallout from the brighter and darker colours, and then that way when you just sweep the powder away, any fallout just disappears and it doesn't get down under your eyes, onto your makeup and ruin what you've already done. So before we start the eyes, I'm actually just going to go in and do my brows very quickly. I've just been doing something very quick and simple that takes absolutely no time whatsoever. I'm just going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Gel. This one is in the shade Chocolate. And I'm literally just going to run this through my brows and that's it. It just gives amazing colour to the brow. It just adds that bit of extra colour, combs my brows through at the same time and makes it look like I've done so much more effort to my brows than I actually have. So that's all I'm going to do today. So I just go in and comb my brows upwards and just in the direction along the brows, and I like to add a little bit more pigment to the end of my brows because they are a little bit thinner and don't have as much brow hairs. This is just a very quick and easy, natural, fluffy brow look. So that's literally all I'm going to do, and you can see the difference from one side to the other. For the eyes today, I wanted to do something a little bit different, something a bit more vibrant and colourful. So I am going to be using the new JACLYN Hill Volume 2 palette with Morphe. I just recently purchased this and I was super excited to try it out. So the colours that I definitely wanted to use are more of these kind of pink and reddish tones around here, these purple burgundy shades. I just think they look absolutely beautiful on the eyes. And I might go in with a lighter shimmer colour just right in the centre of the eye just to give that bit of a pop of shimmer. I think that will look really pretty. So the first shade I'm going to dip into is this shade here called Grateful. This is just going to be my transition shade and just help the more brighter colours to blend on the eye. I'm just going to pick that up on this larger Morphe blending brush. This is the M441. So just dipping into that colour, and I'm going to just start applying that right above the crease as more of a transition shade. It's got a little bit more of an oranger undertone to it as a brown shade. It's just got that little bit more of an orange base, which is perfect because I want to use more of the pinky, purple, burgundy shades. Bringing that down a little bit on the outer corners as well. The next shade I'm going to go into is this bright shade here called Heart On. This is like a beautiful, bright, vibrant, reddish pink shade. I'm going to apply that more directly into the crease, and I'm going to pick that up on a MAC 227. This is a really good brush to get a little bit more pigment, but also it blends out beautifully. So just putting that product directly into that crease area. This brush is a really good shape to get right into the crease as well. Thinking I'm going to do a little bit more of a spotlight eye, so blending this colour through the crease and then also in the outer corner and inner corners, and do the shimmer on the centre of the lid. I think that's what I'm going to go for. So I'm going to bring that colour down onto the lid here as well. These colours are super pigmented, but they blend really beautifully. I'm just going back in with that first brush and I'm just going to blend out those edges. Next I'm picking up the shade Living My Best, which is this beautiful red shade. It's got a slight glitter through it, but I don't think it's going to show up too much. I'm just going to use this right in the outer corner and inner corners of the eye, a little bit lower than the crease. And I'm going to use that on a smaller brush. This is the Morphe M514. It's red, so it's going to be quite bright. So I'm just going to apply that just right in the outer corners, just to darken up that area a little bit more. And also applying some in the inner corner of the eye too, just more towards the center so you can still see the pink peeking through the top. Just going back in with the original pink blending brush with no extra product and just blending out the edges. Next I'm going to go in with this shade down here. This is a bright burgundy purple. This one is called Oh Hello, and I'm going to darken up the outer corners a little bit further with this shade. And I'm going in with a MAC 221. This is a smaller version of the 227 brush, which is really good for more precise placement and blending. Just want to give it that little bit more of a purpley look as well, which I think is going to match really nice with the pinks and orange tones. As I apply the darker colours, I kind of bring them in a little bit further to the middle. That way the lighter shades are still on the outside, so you can kind of see the blend of colours. And you can see the faded colour as well. That's what I'm going for, like a faded colour look. And then I'm just going back in with my original first blending brush and just going to blend out the edges of all those shades together, just so there's no harsh lines and there's like a nice clean blend. And for the center of the lid, I'm going to go in with the shade Drama Queen, which is this beautiful rosy gold pink. I just think that's going to look beautiful and vibrant and add that little bit of shimmer on the lid. I'm going to apply that with a flat synthetic brush. This is the Dose of Colors concealer brush, but I really like to use it for shimmer shades if you're going to wet your brush and then apply on the lid. So I'm going to wet my brush first just with some MAC Fix Plus, and then I'm going to pick up the colour on the brush and apply it onto the centre of my lid. Just going to give it that more kind of wet metallic look. Just going to start pressing it onto the centre of the lid. I'm just bringing it right up to my crease, not going above the crease. Gives that beautiful sheen right in the center of the lid that I was going for. Just using the brush with the pink eyeshadow, I'm just going to softly diffuse those edges, just so it looks like it's blending into the eye. I really like the way that looks. It looks super pretty. And now I'm going to go in and do underneath my lash line, starting in the same order of the colours I used, the more orange tone, then the pinks, and then the purples, just to create that balance of colours on the top of the lid with underneath the lower lash line as well. I'm first going with the shade Grateful, which has got the more orange undertone, and I'm just going to blend this down a little bit lower because I want it to be the more smoky look to the eyes, and this shade is going to give that little bit more of an orange shade under the eye, and it's just going to come down a little bit lower. Next I'm going in with the brighter pink called Heart On, and I'm just going to apply that just a little bit closer to the lash line and not bring it down as far as the orange shade, so then you've got that fade of colour. And lastly I'm going with the more purple tone called Oh Hello, and I'm applying that really close to the lower lash line. So I've got that fade from purple to pink to orange, and it just ties in with the colours on the top of the lid as well. To line my lower lash line, I'm going to use this eyeliner from Fenty Beauty. This is the Fly Pencil Longwear Pencil Eyeliner. This one is in the shade in Big Truffle, which is a dark brown. So I'm just going to apply some of that in my waterline, and this is just going to give it a little bit more of a smokier look. Next I'm going to apply some mascara and lashes. I'm just going to do this off camera quickly and then I'll be right back. So the mascara I'm using is from Fenty Beauty. This is the new Full Frontal Volume Lift and Curl Mascara. I've been really loving using this one. And the lashes I'm using today are from Huda Beauty. These are the style Olivia number 18. These are the shorty lashes, which I really like for more dramatic eye looks. So I'm just going to pop these on and I'll be right back. Okay, so lashes and mascara are done, and you can just see how much that changes the eye look. The lashes just give it that little bit of extra drama. So I'm going to continue doing the face. So I'm going to add some bronzer. I'm going to go in with my favorite bronzer. This is the Fenty Beauty Sunstalker Instant Warmth Bronzer in the shade Islanding. It's just the perfect warm tone bronzer. I absolutely love using this. I'm going to apply that just on my cheeks and also up along my temples and forehead, just to add some color, because the skin looks a little bit bland compared to all the bright colors on the eyes. So we want to bring some more dimension back into the face. And I also apply a little bit just under the chin and along the jawline. This just helps to give that illusion of having a nice chiseled jawline. And make sure you blend it down onto your neck so you don't just have a harsh line along that area. And I'm also going to contour my nose with this same bronzer. Just using a fluffy blending brush. I'm just going to join the contour up to my brow bone. Just bring it along the sides of my nose and just around the front and down the other side as well. I always just like to go back in with my beauty blender just to make sure that's nice and pressed into the skin and it doesn't look too harsh. Now for blush, I wanted to go for something a little bit more pink to tie in with the eye colours. So I'm going in with the NARS Orgasm blush. This is in the special edition packaging. It's so beautiful, this rose gold colour. And it is just the perfect pinky tone blush with a little bit of a gold reflect in it. It looks really beautiful on the skin. Just going to use the same brush I did with my bronzer. This is the Dose of Colours Angled Contour Brush. I'm just going to apply this more onto the apples of the cheeks. Just give that beautiful flush of pink. And to highlight, I'm going to try out this new highlighter here from Revlon. This is the Skin Lights Prismatic Highlighter. This one is in the shade 201 Daybreak Glimmer. It's a beautiful champagne gold tone. I'm just using this Morphe highlighter brush. This is the Y14. I'm going to apply this right onto the tops of the cheekbones. Wow, that's stunning. It's a beautiful colour. A little bit above the brows where the light would naturally hit. I'm actually really impressed with this highlighter. For a drugstore, it's really good. And I'm also going to apply some just down the bridge of the nose, on the tip of the nose, and a little bit on the cupid's bow as well. And I'm also going to use this highlighter to highlight the inner corners of the eyes here, just to give that pop of shimmer there. And also just along underneath the brow bone here. See, that adds beautiful highlights all over the face. That's a really beautiful highlight. I'm actually really loving that one. And now for the lips, I'm going to first line my lips with the KYLIE Cosmetics lip liner in the shade Coconut. This is a little bit more of a nude pinky brown tone. It's definitely one of my favourite lip liners to use. And then on the lips, I'm first going to use from NYX. This is the new Lingerie Push Up Long Lasting Lipsticks. This one is in the shade Push Up. It's a little bit more of a pinky brownie tone. I'm going to apply that just all over the center of the lips. This is my first time using these, and I really like the formula. It is more of a matte finish, but it's comfortable and quite smooth, so it doesn't feel drying at all. That's such a pretty colour. I love how that looks with the eyes. The eyes are the focus, being more bright and vibrant. So I wanted to go for a little bit more of a nude, but nothing too pale that it's going to wash out. So this has got a beautiful warm pink undertone, which just brings a little bit more colour to the lips. Oh, it does have a bit of a peppermint flavour to it as well. A bit of that plumping feeling, but it's quite nice. And just adding a touch of gloss to the centre of the lips. I'm also using from NYX one of their lingerie glosses. This one is in the shade Spirit. A little bit more of a nudie pink colour. Just gives that little bit more of a shine look to the lips, which is really beautiful. And to finish off, I'm just going to set my face with some of the MAC Fix Plus. This is the PINKLITE, and I'm just going to spritz this all over. Don't be afraid to use a lot because it does definitely give your skin that added dewiness, and it just brings out the highlights on the skin as well. So that is the final look. So this is the final look I came up with, and I'm obsessed with the eyes. I love something a bit more colourful and vibrant but still wearable. I think that this is still wearable even though you're using more pinks and oranges and purples, which can be a bit scary to use at times. It's nothing too dramatic or out there. I still think it's a beautiful look that you could wear to an evening out, a party, an event, or anything like that. I do really like a few of the products that I tried today. The concealer I absolutely love from Hourglass, and the Morphe palette from JACLYN Hill is amazing. The highlighter from Revlon was insane. I thought that was incredible. I did like the foundation. It just didn't give me as much coverage as I would usually like, so I did have to use a couple more pumps of foundation than I would usually, so I think I'd probably use that up a bit too quickly unless I was having a really good skin day and I didn't need too much coverage on my skin at all, because it is a little bit more of a lighter, dewy finish. So I still liked it, but I would probably prefer a bit more coverage in a foundation. So I'll save that one for the days where I'm just wanting very minimal coverage foundation. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below if you're not already. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.